Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Open Hearts, the weekly tabletop RPG campaign. I'd like to apologize for our lack of a session last week. We had some inclement weather, which was, cutting some power to a few of our members, and that combined with some other personal things just meant that we were unable to do the session last week, but we're here again, and tonight is episode 74. If you remember last session, who remembers last session?
I do.
A couple people are raising their hands.
Yeah, I got my notes.
Yeah. So last session, you finally were able to complete the first part of your overarching mission of returning Ophelia to the heart of the artistry and allowing him to fuse with the other half of himself, Zephyrus. And you found out that during the memory, what Zephyrus remembers is not actually what happened, because Verbina's voice was not her own. Somebody else was dubbing over her, we'll say, to provoke Zephyrus and his anger. I see you fucking... Are those bones?
Yeah.
They're fucking clinking bones together.
Yeah.
You fucking...
My bone collection.
You fucking bog witches.
My bone collection before.
I know about your bone collection. I thought they were pens at first. Like funny little pens. Those are bones.
One of my schoolmates, you collected bones, and he hid bones all over the campus.
I love that.
Kind of wiggle it in there.
But
And like every few weeks, someone would find one.
enough about the fucking bones, please. Enough about the bones. Put those bones away, woman.
You brought it up. They're just on my desk.
But you bastards. I'm gonna click away. I'm not looking at the
You're
fucking
welcome.
face cams. Fuck you guys. Other than that, Astreus, he's here too. He's here as well. God damn it. And Astreus and Sarzoth went down to the cliffside so that Astreus can visit his own grave. Morbid. But
Kind of traumatizing a little bit.
you know, that's actually where the rest of the party is headed now. As Tiranali gave you all a tip telling you where Zephyrus' temple is. Telling you that it was just down on the plateau below. My hips. I'm old.
Do we know that we're going towards them?
I'm so excited.
Alright, so... Also, Kane and Abelet are with you guys. So...
Oh my god. It's like, oh, by the way, here's your dead sibling. Oh my god.
Alright. So...
Do we know that we're heading towards
No,
the other guys?
you don't.
No.
Spark knows.
Spark knows, but Is Spark
'cause
gonna
they got the
say
whole-
anything?
Yeah.
Is Spark gonna say anything? That's the question.
Spark's just
something
a
in the group
silly
chat.
little Billy.
They
Little Billy.
they're actually gonna kind of like walk over to Colbert and be like, "Hey, I have something to tell you, buddy." And then they kind of like lean over and whisper, "Astraeus is this direction." And then points at Kate and Avalon.
Oh, no. Also, Caleb, why do you have a turtle on your face?
Why
Why
would-
not?
It fell off my head and I landed here,
Yeah.
so I'm keeping it there.
God.
Professor Snail.
Ah, yes, it landed there.
Snail.
I don't know how to spell Asturias, whatever.
So Astraeus, who is sitting with you, Sarzoth, kind of like he was just sitting there and then he like moves like he sort of like remembers something or something. Or something or something. Fucking English! God damn, I am literate as hell. Increasingly verbose. And he gets up from where he was kneeling on the ground and he says, Kane and Ablett are headed this way with the rest of the group. And he looks a bit nervous, like he doesn't know what quite to do. He's like, should I hide? Should I just
Move away. I don't know.
Crouches behind a box.
behind a bush? There's a
Snake
lot of
style,
trees
just hiding in
here.
a box.
Hides behind a bush, but he rolls a natural 1.
Well,
Poor guy.
if I can't see them, they can't see me.
Yeah. Astraeus
Wow, I'm
does
trying
decide that he
so
is going to
well.
hide. And he points at you and is like, act normal, okay? Don't let them know I'm here. I want to talk to them, but now is not quite the time. And so
Okay. I will not be suspicious in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, right.
just like look at some flowers or something.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Just look like you're admiring the ocean. Standing on the cliffside. Like an edgelord. You can do that.
Like an edgelord.
You can
yeah,
do that.
He can. Yeah. I
Hey,
can do that.
Sarzoth's currently doing that. Can,
Yeah,
can
actually,
Spark
he
run up
is.
behind Sarzoth and pretend to push him?
Yeah.
Like, once they get close enough.
That'd be funny. Yeah, sure, why not? But, yeah, Astraeus goes and, hides in, like, the tree line. In, like, the dense bushes. He's, like, crouched down. He's, like, in a little ball on the ground, just like, I don't want to be here right now.
Real.
So, the rest of you guys, you come down the little staircase, the natural staircase that is here, down onto the plateau, and you see like the little winding trail that comes off in all the trees, and you can just barely see like Sarzoth's robes through like the little the trees that are closest to you, and you can see that he is standing near the cliffside.
Yeah. I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Go for it, bestie.
Spark proceeds to sprint towards Oz and then act like they're going to body check him off the cliff. but then right as they like get directly behind him, all they do is flick him in the head and then immediately run away.
Oh, that's great. I love that.
They're being a fucking asshole. I'm assuming Sarzath turned around partway through that.
Yeah. He. It's like, what the fuck?
What is going on?
Oh my god.
What kind of weird attack was that?
Psychological.
You take 1d4 psychic
Has
damage.
a Goku moment.
Yeah.
Whoa,
you'll feel-
Ultra
you
Instinct.
hear Spark- You hear Spark shout, you'll feel that in 2 years.
2 years. Oh, jeez.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, that was a big explosion. Goddamn.
All right, so yeah. Anybody want to make mention of Sarzoth? Be like, hey, Sarzoth, what you doing, pal?
Kalina, she
He's just like whistling in the corner.
Zaza, there you are. I was
He
wondering where
he
you
like
went.
looks at Kalina and he's like all fucking bug-eyed. It's like, it's like, hi.
Sorry, Kalina, he's a little acoustic right now.
When is he not?
It's because I attacked him so hard.
Oh.
It was such
You
a mega
gave him
fun.
brain damage.
I
He's
gave him
concussed.
brain damage.
Brain
That's what that was.
damage.
It was my secret attack.
He has permanent memory loss.
Oh god, the snail's back.
Does Kalina take notice of how he looks? Like, I have a passive.
I succeeded in
perception of, like-
terrorism.
What?
Baldur's Gate.
Sorry.
But
Maybe
what is your passive perception, bestie?
passive perception is 17.
Yeah, I think you would like sort of notice, you know, Sarzoth is acting a little strange.
She kind of tilts her head a bit and just says, Zaza, is everything alright?
Yes, everything's tippity toppity shape.
Can Spark kind of like lightly kick Kalina in the leg and then give them a look? Like, Kalina, stop fucking it. Stop like bringing attention to the fact that Sarzoth is not looking natural right now.
Stop being suspicious about him being suspicious. How hard is that to
For real.
understand?
You're just like,
And
Kalina, stop that.
I'm
Kalina's
assuming
just like,
Kalina gets the vibe of, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, she does. She's like, alright. We can talk about this later.
Anyway, Sarzoth, why were you so edgy? Actually, no, that's very much like you. Never mind.
Well, you see, the reason I'm edgy is because I have daddy issues.
Nod sagely. Yes, of course.
I think almost literally everyone in the party has daddy issues.
Yeah, I think all of us
We got
do.
Kane
in
and
one way or
Abla, we got
another.
Kalina, we got Tega, we got Colbart, we
And
got
that's
Sargon.
dead.
And then Sarzoth continues to look at Spark and he's like, yes, I know, we all have daddy issues, but my daddy issues are more important because I'm more important.
Yeah,
Cackling.
just, you know, just a little unserious, but you know, trying to.
Everyone in the at least has parental issues.
Yeah.
But do your daddy issues stack up to Cain and Abel? Born daddy issues.
Spark's daddy issues are related to Cain and Abelet.
This is true.
Anastasia just has dead parents, so
Yeah, we know, pal. You ever want to talk about your feelings? No. I do. I know Anastasius. My parents are dead. We know Anastasius.
We know Anastasia.
We know Anastasia. Actually, we don't.
Yeah.
Be
I'm-
nice to
Actually, we
them.
don't. The audience knows.
Yeah.
But the party does not.
The original of that. I'm sad. I know. We know Anastasius. He's a sad little squid man.
Okay, guys, we should probably go to the temple.
Yeah. So now you're just gonna have to, search around the plateau a little bit, up against the, like, cliff face to find this, entrance to the temple.
Can I make an investigation check?
I have a passive investigation
you
as
may.
well.
Yeah. Let's...
Yeah, I have 20 passive investigation. Does that do anything?
Jesus.
20 passive.
A little bit.
Yeah, passive.
And I rolled a 14.
A little bit.
I'm gonna roll investigation.
Times 10!
I'm
I just
rolling
had that big of a
investigation.
brain.
Yeah.
What's my passive
My brain
anyways?
cells are in my sword.
Hold on, Kalina, what's your passive?
Passive investigation is 20.
Ha! I beat you. I got 22.
Alright,
I
so...
got 26.
Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, so,
With a
uh...
excellent-
Yeah, but you had to roll. You had to roll.
No, that's my passive.
So,
What is
altogether,
my passive?
you guys are, you notice that, like, the path actually continues, but it's a lot less beaten of a path than the main one. And it's a little overgrown, obviously hasn't been used in quite a while. But you do notice that the path leads, like, straight into a cliff face, and you can see through, like, the brambles and the trees that there seems to be, like, a structure that is jutting out from the cliffside.
Alright, I think that's it.
Wax focus.
Oh, I think it's the other direction, and then Sparktort points towards the cliff face.
In the ocean.
It is in the ocean.
That's Cass's domain. Ah, Cass. Or
Say.
Sensei.
my
Awesome. Do you hear our prayers?
Hey guys, what do you think would happen if I jumped?
You'd probably
I
bounce
don't
off
think-
of the cliffs as you went down and then hit the water.
It's
Yeah.
a Barbie
Boom,
movie.
boom, 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 boom.
Spark is debating for funsies.
You know,
Anastasia
you know
said,
how in
"Look
Kung
at-
Fu Panda when Poe bounces down the stairs?
Yeah.
It'd be that, but more
Yeah.
painful.
Anastasia looks at Spark and just says, "If you jump, I am putting you over my shoulder to carry you to the damn temple."
Zargoth goes, if you jump, I'm not gonna help you.
I didn't expect you to,
If
Edgy
you jump,
McEdgerson.
I'm not gonna catch you.
Edgy McEdgerson. Love that.
I think you would crumple if you had to carry a 10-pound dumbbell, Sarzoth.
I'm
I
actually
don't
pretty
want you
fit.
to. Hey, Kalina, can you summon a 10-pound rock and then throw it at Sarzoth, please?
Zarzoth, like... Zarzoth continues to take off his shirt to pronounce how cut he is.
Bruh.
Spark's just like, I don't care. Like, me too, man. You are
Kalina,
not
she says-
special.
She says, we don't have time for this.
Who said that? We always have time.
God damn it.
Come on. Let's get to the temple. Now.
Walking.
Yeah.
Gonna go to the temple.
Temple time.
All of like you guys in the mental group chat, you hear Estrellas say, "I'm just gonna wait out here."
Well, have a nice day.
Thumbs up.
I'm sorry, I don't know what you expected me to reply with.
GIF in the group chat. Goku doing a thumbs up.
Anyone actually imagine Tegak giving someone a thumbs up?
No.
Well,
No.
Tegak
If you
would
ever
absolutely
did, they
give
would,
someone
like,
a thumbs
fight
up.
her and be like, "Who possessed you?"
Yeah, who are you?
I feel like
I feel like
Tegak
I
would
would-
give a thumbs up with like the most angry expression ever. Just
Yeah.
Real.
That or like the most goofy expression, and there's
Yeah.
like no in between there.
and then she'd give a thumbs down while smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You're gonna get killed.
But her eyes
Yeah.
still had to like be narrowed. Yep.
Angry white people.
So real.
Is that Judith? Letting the dog in.
Letting the
It
dogs
wasn't
in.
the dog, it was Judy.
Yeah. Mirthful comment later.
So, you guys, sort of make your way through the little bit of overgrowth. It's not too terribly bad, so you don't need to cut it away. You just need to, be careful not to trip on any vines. So, you make your way up to the cliff face and the structure, and, it's carved into the actual rock. My finger's bruised. That's unfortunate. Don't know how that happened. I don't know, I just touched my finger and it hurt and then I saw a bruise. Normal people shit. But... Sorry, I just remembered something. I'll deal with that later. That will be dealt with. So... It's carved into the cliff face, and, it's pretty clear that this is, like, Zephyrus's temple. Because, you can see that in the carvings there are snakes, ravens, and, like, skeletons of different creatures. Like, carved motif into the stone. And... Are you guys talking?
I was just, yeah.
Your mouth was moving, and then it wasn't lighting
I
up.
guess it didn't pick up on the mic, I was just saying, yeah.
So, you can tell that it used to be painted. As you can see, like, little flecks of paint still clinging onto the stone. But it is mostly eroded away, and now there's just little spatterings of moss and lichen that are growing on the stone face. And, you see that, there is a door that is made of metal. It's sort of a deep gray. It's dull with age, but you can see the carvings on it. And big on the front is the emblem of Zephyrus, the emblem of death itself. So,
It's a smiley face.
the door itself doesn't have any handle or any hinges that you can see. So,
Probably just like a push door.
A push door, but they don't tell you that it's a push door.
try.
Okay.
Do troubleshooting. Figure out how to open the door.
Throw
Just
marks
like
on it.
Tagok's just gonna like press her shoulder against it.
Tagok, the door does not like budge at all.
Can Spark knock on the door?
Sure.
And they ask if anybody's on the other side.
Uh,
Anybody home?
You can hear like the resonance of the metal as you knock on it, but there is no reply to your
They're sad
knock.
now.
Can Kalina roll an investigation check?
Sure. Go ahead.
I got a total of 9.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yes, in the chat.
So,
Yeah, good job.
you don't want to know what I just almost called you. Kalina. So you're like looking at the door, and the only notable thing that you can see is that the door itself seems like the bottom of it seems to be down set into the stone. Like the way the stone is carved, it's like this, and then there's a little divot where the door is.
It's a risey door.
And as you like look closer at the ground, you do notice that there's like almost a lip on the door towards the bottom. So like the door isn't just like fully straight, there's like a little bar almost.
Wait,
It's like maybe a fingertip wide. It's like
Are
do like
there any like cracks in the wall?
that. Roll investigation
holes.
for me. My sweet
Like
baby
holes and
boy.
shit.
Roll
I almost
investigation.
clicked intimidation.
Intimidate the door!
Intimidate the door!
It open for me.
You said you got a 16?
I would be good at intimidating
Yes.
doors.
Alright, so, Spork, you investigate. Spork.
Sorry.
Spork. Spork, you investigate the door. And you are able to see the divot in the ground. You're also able to see that there is a ever so slight gap at like the top frame of the door, and it looks like the metal goes further up beyond that gap.
Hey, Anastasius.
yes.
Can I turn you into a bug and can you go investigate that?
No.
Damn, okay. Does anybody
No.
want to be turned into a bug so they can investigate that?
Starzoth like kind of raises his hand like, I do.
Alright, fuck it. Polymorphing Sarzoth into a bug.
Let's go.
See, get through it. Give me a second. Alright, since you are willingly able to take this new form, you don't. It just happens.
Mm-hmm.
You are now a fucking bug, bro.
Let's go. I'm a bug.
You're a
You
little
are a beetle?
cucaracha.
Yeah, you can fly.
La cucaracha. Alright. So, so Sarzoth, where are you gonna explore on the door with your little, bug form?
I'm gonna see if there's a keyhole.
You skitter around, looking all around the door. You can't find a seam. Can't seem to find any holes in the door itself. But you realize that like there's a lot of like gaps around the edges. Like so you kind of sneak up into the biggest gap, which is the top gap above the door, and you realize that the door extends about a few inches, you would guess, based on your size, relatively,
Yeah.
past where the top of the door frame is, the stone door frame is, and then there is a channel which is wide enough for the door to raise up into, and then you see that there is like this mechanism where possibly when it is raised to a certain point, something will lock it, and it will lock it up in place. You are smart enough to deduce that, Sarzov. Even as a bug.
So, can I fly into it? To try and like get past the door?
Yeah, you can like climb over onto like the other side.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's fucking go.
So, Sarzoth, you are now on the other side of the door and in the temple itself. It's pretty dark in here, and you see that, like, there's basically this long corridor with, like, a lot of little, small divots that go off to the side that seem to be occupied by large carved sarcophagi. And then at the end of this longer corridor, you can see that there are a few rooms that split off, but dead ahead there is a room, and you can see that light is illuminating what looks like a silver basin. Like a large silver basin. Shut your fuck up. There's a large silver basin, like,
You said it, not me.
straight ahead. At the very end of this long corridor.
Okay. Like river basin?
Imagine, like, a big, like, giant bowl. So, like,
Oh, okay.
probably, like,
I was thinking of like a
5...
river.
Like, imagine a, like,
Okay.
big, sort of shallow bowl. Like, shallow compared to its diameter. That's, like,
Yeah.
made out of carved silver.
Okay. Can I go see if there's anything in it?
You scamper on over with your little buggy legs, and, you see that the basin is empty.
Okay. Is there anything else in the room?
In the room with the basin, no. You see that there is, one room off to the side that looks like it has almost, like a resting quarters, and then to the other side, there looks to be a study with, bookshelves with lots of old books in them.
Can I go and kind of try and read the spine of the book to see, possibly, like, what the title of the book is?
There are a lot of books, but the ones that are low enough to where you can see them, you see that, like, collectively, most of these are books about alchemy. Are you okay, Caleb? You're kind of clutching your head, buddy. Head hurty?
Weird.
Okay.
Sarza, do you want to go report your findings about the door and what is beyond to the rest of the group?
Yes.
Alright. So, you squeeze your way back through to the other side of the door, and, well, you're gonna have to ask to be turned back into a people.
How do I do that if I'm a bug?
Just stare intently at Spark.
Okay,
Or-
that's really funny.
Wait, do the gif that Jade sent in chat.
It's
The
the
Hollow
oh
Knight
my
break
god.
dance.
Just sort of like run circles in Spark's hand.
Okay.
The spark picks you up.
Yeah.
and they're like, I kind of like you in bug form, and then just like keeps holding you. They're being a little shit.
Oh, that's what they're called. Apparently, it's called an ice pick headache.
Not fun. Caleb's having a bad time.
Fun.
Anyway,
It goes
Starza,
away after a few seconds, so.
point your little buggy hands up or down to tell me which way the door will go if it's opened.
Does Spark say that?
Yes.
Just to be a little shit, Star's off to the side to start doing the like up and down praying at you,
Spark kind of just
and then
snorts
he just like kind of shakes up and down as if he's giggling.
Spark just kind of laughs and goes, "I can keep you like that as long as I want."
We'll put you in a little
Somehow his
terrarium.
eyes get even buggier than they already are.
Oh no.
Stares at you with sad cockroach eyes.
He finds a way. And then he points to where the door opens.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming when it's opened, it's gonna go up.
Yes.
Okay, and then Spark says, "We may need to keep you in this form, so is it okay if I just keep you like this until we are certain we don't need bug form again?"
Zarzoth kind of like shakes his head yes, and then because he's a fly, it's small, but he proceeds to shit in your hand.
Little cockroach poops.
Yeah.
Asshole. Spark kind of just shrugs and goes, "Okay, thanks, I guess." You ruined my glove.
He's a fly, you wouldn't even notice.
He's a cockroach.
La cucaracha.
Yeah.
Oh. My statement still stands.
I still shit in your hand.
So Spark is kind of like looking around, like casually, and then says, "You know, Sarzoth, a fun fact about cockroaches: when they reproduce, the females keep the egg sac on them, and then it just kind of like falls off of them like a scab."
That's nice.
Oh,
This, she
Jade,
knows
this is
this.
fucking dying.
Sorry, Tegak's just like got a very confused what the fuck look on her face.
Yeah.
So can Spark look for like a button or a lever?
Sure. Make an investigation
That's-
check.
Okay. That is a 12. Okay, Kalina, can you make an investigation check?
What? You want me to make
Maybe
an
I can make
investigation
it.
check?
Yeah, half Kayla. Actually, yeah.
Maybe I
feel like
can make. What's your bonus for your investigation, Kalina?
Investigation is +5.
I got plus 12.
Okay, I think we should let
Okay.
Olbar do it. Jesus.
I
It's fish eyes.
honestly, I
Colbert,
don't
what do you?
understand how it got.
He's
bad.
got that Hawkeye! Stormhawk. Hawkeye.
Shit, I can't.
Mihawk
Not
Hawk.
logged in.
Such a bad
Why
joke.
am I
Mihawk
not
from
logged in?
Hawkeye Mihawk from One Piece.
No. It's not fucking
I'm
One
just gonna
Piece, you
pick up my
weeaboo.
exercise.
Actually, I
Colbert,
don't
please
fit
roll
the
good.
definition of a weeaboo.
16 plus 12, whatever that is.
20.
28.
28.
Quick
Yeah,
math
that's
in the
fine.
head. I'm so smart. Okay, so, Colbert, you're kind of looking at it, and you're like, there doesn't seem to be any levers, any buttons, any, like, place to do anything magical. But you notice all of, like, the, gaps and, like, the sort of almost like rim on the bottom. and you think that the solution might be to just lift it up. Seems simple,
Hey, Tagon.
deceptively simple, but you might as well give it a shot.
Yeah.
Tagon.
Take a cracking knuckles.
Go.
Take the fucking hoodie off.
Okay. Which strength check is this?
It would just be a vanilla strength check, Tagok.
You got this, Tagok.
Let's see. How good the dice do the dice like me today?
You roll like a nat one. It was
They're
a nat
they're
one, wasn't
laughing
it?
so hard. What is it, girl?
It's a nat one.
Is it a fuck on
It's
God?
either that or a nat 20. There's like no.
Oh my God! It was a nat one. Holy shit! With your bonus, what's that?
That's that one, right? Or is it that one?
Does it even matter? It's a that one.
Yeah.
So you got a total of 5, baby.
Okay. So
Doing
Tagok,
so well.
you go up there and you're like, okay, I got this. So you grab it with your fingers and you start pulling and you get like a couple inches off the ground and then your fingers slip and your hands go like ugh. Like you don't get a good enough hold on the rim and it just slips and falls. It might be worth it to take your gloves off to try to lift it.
You take a crack at it.
Yeah, take off the gloves. Take off the gloves.
Take off the gloves.
Yeah, let's give Tagok one more shot and then Anastasius can try. Alright, so
Even Anastasius does it.
give it a go again. Let's hope you don't roll another 1. Blow on it for good luck.
Your game hours work.
Was that a
24,
20?
baby.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Yo.
Beautiful array. A 1 and a 20. All or
You're doing
nothing.
So well.
So,
That's
Tagok,
how my personality is. That's how my day goes.
Tagok,
All or
you
nothing.
take off your gloves, throw them to the side, and you're like, all right, I'm not fucking around this time. You grab it, you get a good rock climber's hold on it, and you heft that bitch up and throw it into like the chamber above, and you hear it make like a little crunk, and it locks into place. And now the door's open.
Kalita, she sees this and just says, was oddly simplistic. Complaining, of course, but
I think that there should have been a puzzle.
She just puts her gloves back on and just walks in.
yeah.
All right, so
Anastasius.
Thinking, oh, this temple is probably booby trapped. She's like, it's fucking old. It'll be fine.
Zephyrus, even if
Anastasius.
yes, Anastasius.
Anastasius doing.
Anastasius just says, damn it, I wanted to try.
Aww.
Eh,
Hey, after
Yeah.
this, when we close it, you can open it.
he looks at Spark.
You could have come and lifted it with me. We could have been lift buddies.
Why can I imagine that, like, because he's a
Buddy.
squid, like, and he's gripping it, and you just, like, launch it all the way up, he accidentally sticks to the, like,
And it's
the doors, and he's just like, and just like,
If it's tall enough for him to even dangle from, I don't know.
that would be kind of funny.
Dangle.
His height plus his arms.
But I mean, to be fair, that you gotta, like, Zephyrus is big.
True. You'd probably be dangling a solid amount.
Yeah.
Because if he's like 9 and his
Dangle.
arms are like, 3, 4 feet, that's like 12. And Zephy's like 20, I think.
Yeah, 20, 25 feet tall.
Yeah. Okay, he would dangle from the door. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Squid dangle.
Angle.
One dingle here. All right,
I just
so
find it fucking hilarious how quickly Anastasius said no to the polymorph suggestion.
No. He's got that squid pride in him.
No, I think it's
Squid.
because he was already polymorphed once and doesn't want to fucking do it again.
Oh,
Sorcerer
yeah,
trauma.
that would track.
Trauma of being turned into a sorcerer. So you guys now see all of what Sarzoth saw. You see the sarcophagi, and you see the
Sarcophagi.
basin at the end of the corridor.
Now what?
And then you also see that, like, you know, the study and the living quarters here.
Lena, she sees the study, sees all the books, and you just see like a glint in her eyes. She's like,
When she quite literally starts glowing.
yeah.
I can do that now.
You can.
Yeah.
You can be a part of the glowy group.
She's a part of the glowy
You
group
can be a
now.
part of the glowy group.
Glowy
It's mostly
group.
with emotions, but hey.
So is Kego.
Yeah. Comments is usually pretty stable though.
Yeah. That's because
His is just ambient.
Yeah, it's just ambient light. Your ambient lighting.
he's a pretty stable guy.
Sarzoth is currently no longer part of the glowy group.
An illusion on themselves or something.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Alright, so, you guys can see this, but Sarzoth couldn't see it because he was a bug on the floor. But, in the study, there is a lectern that is next to a large desk. And on the lectern is a large tome bound in dyed leather that is sitting closed on it.
Careful, that thing's probably gonna sting you.
Kalina, she excitedly goes over it, just like, whoa.
Yeah.
You can hear like the clicky clacky of her heels.
Yeah.
The clicky
Anastasia follows, just muttering, alright, either it's in a language I can read, or I have to Eyes of the Roomkeeper this shit.
So true, Anastasius. We love him.
Careful with touching it, because old books and old leather will stain your clothing.
Yeah.
We know from personal experience of handling old textbooks.
Yeah.
They were from the archives and they stained someone's shirt.
Oh no.
It was,
Oh no.
and it was a white shirt.
Oh, not
So, Kalina, when you take a look at the tome, you can tell even in its closed state that the parchment of it doesn't look particularly old. It looks, you know, it looks a little aged, a little yellowed, but it's not like gonna crumble to dust when you touch it. You need to be gentle, but it's not like incredibly fragile. The crumble to dust thing was an exaggeration. Okay?
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
No, I have a separate question.
Yes.
Is there like any like actual like lighting within the temple, or is it all pretty much just darkness?
It's fairly dim. You see that there is a small amount of light that is coming from what looks like almost an oil lamp that is hanging above the desk. It looks like it's almost about to go out, though. And it glows with like this sort of violet light.
Isn't it kind of weird that there's like stuff in the temple, guys, that looks like it has been used recently? That confusing anybody else, or just me?
The fact that there's a lit lantern, like, it would explain why the pages are good. Because they're not, like, constantly exposed to light, or since it's been locked for whoever fucking knows how long, there's not, like, people touching it. So that explains the paper quality, but, like,
But there's a
the
lantern
lit lamp
on.
is very suspicious.
Is Kane and
very
Abelet
weird.
still there?
Yeah, Kane and Abelet are like looking around with you guys.
Spark asks.
Abelet is
if
also
they-
giving off light too, so. Thought I'd check.
Okay,
Glowing
Spark
green.
kind of asks, is there anybody that would have known the location of this temple and that could have gotten here? Because the fact that the lantern's on is really sus.
Kane sort of like scratches his face and he says, I mean, of course, Mum and Dad know where it is. And Tiranali, but she's been busy and I feel like she would have told us if she'd been here.
Guys, there's probably somebody in here.
You can look around for more like clues and like see what's going on here. More investigation checks.
Yeah, more investigation. Let's go.
Time to
Can
click
Kalina
the
just do like a
button.
general investigation check on the room?
Sure. Just the study?
Yeah, like just the
Okay.
study. Oh fuck. Nat 1.
Okay.
Uh,
It's a little too dark for you to discern much. The sources of light are not steady enough for you to make any concrete decisions.
Can Kalina conjure up one of her little light
Yes.
spheres and do another investigation check?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thank you. Got a total of 9 this time. God, my rolls are bad today.
Damn, the curse.
Yeah, a total of 9.
Alright. So
Glasses are a little dusty.
yeah. Speaking of dust, you notice that this room in particular, compared to like the front end, you noticed that the sarcophagi were fairly dusty. They look like they hadn't been touched in a while, and like the little rooms that they were in, cobwebs and stuff. But the study looks fairly clean. There's not a lot of dust hanging on surfaces. Everything looks fairly tidy and organized. And it's like you get the idea that the study has been used recently and cleaned.
hmm. Can I give Sarzoth another mission?
Bug investigate.
Bug. He's like, Sarzoth, I'm counting on you. Fly around and see if there's anybody that's nearby in like the temple. Good luck, soldier. And they gave like Sarzoth the
Sarzoth
salute.
does the like hand thing over the head.
Like the salute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spark salutes back.
Oh my god.
Bug salute.
Hagog just kind of blinks a little bit in the background at the mention of so long soldier.
Oh my god. Just like
This shit again. Alright. So Kalina, you were gonna say something. I just want to get that before we do Sarzoth.
Kalina, she says, this study in particular has been used recently. It's quite tidy in here. There's barely any dust. It's all kept relatively clean. I don't know if I like this.
Alright, so Sarzoth is gonna do his little investigation real quick. And Sarzoth, would you give me an investigation check, please?
Yes. Give me a second to get onto D&D Beyond.
You're good.
Where's investigation? There's investigation. A total of 4.
Fun.
shit.
Everybody has. We're either doing great rolls or shit rolls today. No in betweens.
I do investigation check?
No.
Yeah.
Let's see what Sarzoth is able to deduce. Sarzoth, from what you can tell, you do not see any signs of life other than the party. You can't find, like, anything that would signal that anybody has been here super recently.
Starsoft just says, I don't believe anyone was here recently.
In the brain group chat, because he's a bug.
Hey, can Sarzoth have like a really
Yeah,
tiny
'cause he's
squeaky
bug.
voice because he's a cockroach right now?
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I cannot.
I'm sorry.
I will not. I'm just a little guy.
Doesn't appear to be anything unusual.
Pulls out the Frieza voice.
Dodoria. Zabon, make the order. Dodoria, make the order. Get him.
Okay, Colbert, it's your turn.
What?
Do your investigation, pal, if you want to.
Yeah.
$15 plus 12, so
27.
27.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's almost
what?
a 30.
Okay.
Oh my god.
So,
Oh my god.
I'm guessing that's a Baldur's Gate thing.
I pressed the wrong dialogue and now Karlak's gone forever.
Whoops.
Oh, please tell me you saved right before that.
I mean, yeah, because I was in the middle of a fight.
Anyways, so Colbart, you do a little bit of investigating around the temple, and you are able to tell that, like, most of the activity that happened was in the study. And also the basin. You would think that the basin would have collected some dust. It's a large surface area. The inside would have collected dust, right? No, it's very clean. And the study itself, you are able to find that it looks like some things on the shelf, on the bookshelf, have been moved about. And Colbert, excuse me, you find on the desk next to the lectern a folded piece of fresh parchment.
I'm gonna take it and unfold it.
All right. Colbert, you open up the little piece of parchment. Parchment. I'm so
Bro,
sorry.
struggle.
It says F.E.S. final page. I'll send you, like, what that looks like. So just in the Beepus. Yeah.
That was a good question, Jade.
Page.
That is a good question. So that's what the piece of parchment says.
Just that.
Yeah.
Final page. Final page of what? I just kind of like using turtle as a prop. I kind of like just turn it over and just check the other side.
There's nothing on the other side of the parchment. Maybe you can find a book on the bookshelf.
I kind of just hand the
author.
hand it to Kalina, like, oh, here. And I'm gonna go to the bookshelf and look at that.
All right.
Wait, so you handed me the paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, can I use my passive investigation on the paper?
Yeah. Is there
Yeah,
anything
so
in
what does a
particular?
20 do?
So is there anything in particular that you're trying to glean out of this, like,
Mostly
check?
like if it's possibly like a disappearing ink.
No.
Or like if it was written on, because like like when you write with a certain pressure on a notebook and then you go to the next page, it has those indents.
Yeah.
So like if like something else was written on top of it, then maybe it has like little indents on it.
From what you can tell, this was like, other than just the writing, this parchment looks like perfectly crisp and clean, except for the fold down the center, where it was folded on the desk. It looks like this was like a fresh piece of parchment that was taken out, and it was a little scrap of it that was ripped off, and this was scrawled down and left on the desk for somebody to find.
Can
What
Spark
was the book
peer
that was
over
left,
Kalina's
was
shoulder?
it like left on the desk with a book?
It looks like the
been out for a little bit.
so the desk looks fairly cleaned off. There is a small stack of fresh parchment on one side, and then like the set of quills and inks. And then, the drawers of the desk and the small chair that was there. And then, of course, the lamp that's like right above it.
Can Spark kind of just like glance at the paper while Kalina's holding it?
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of go, that looks like initials, like an author.
Yes, that was what I'm thinking. It may be alluding to one of these books on the shelf. Hold on. And she
Yeah, that's
goes
what
over to
Colbar is currently looking through the shelf.
So, we'll just say that Colbert's been looking while you guys have been like looking at this. So, Colbert, give me another investigation check.
Alright.
Mr. Looks a
12
lot.
plus 12.
Oh, plus 12, 24.
24.
All right. So, Colbert, with that, you begin looking at the books and like what is written on the spines, or rather stamped onto the spines. And most of them are like categorized as like research number whatever, experiment number whatever, data log number, and it's like a lot of those that you see, and then like some more textbook things about alchemy. But as you're like going down the line, you see one book that does not fit any of these like categories at all, and it says final entries.
Final entry, so I grabbed that book.
Okay, so the final entries book is it's a rather thin leather-bound book with green leather, and it has gold accents on it.
Okay.
And on the front of it, you see that is like sort of stamped and into the leather. It looks like an anatomical heart that is like stamped into the leather.
The thing!
Sorry, we're just over here.
The thing! Because you
Yeah, the heart. Yeah.
She gets it.
They're having a moment. I'm very proud of you guys.
Yeah.
Yay!
So Colbert, do you want to take this book back to the others?
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right. So Colbert brings this book back, and it's fairly like large size, because possibly the person that worked on these books was large themselves. So it's a fairly large but thin book. And he brings it over and he says, just like gestures towards it. Final entries. Look at that.
She says, "Yes, this might be it. Thank you." And she takes the book and opens it. She is going to investigate the first couple pages, just to like see what is in here.
All right. So
just like flip to them, see what's on them. That
on
sort
the
of thing.
the very first page, there is like a quick summary of what everything is, and it says, detailed inside this book is the culminations of my thousands of years of research into how one possibly would be able to revive a dead god. And then, like, at the end of like this final page, it in small script it says, "I pray that it will be enough."
Zephy, that's so sweet.
Why did I just imagine that button like Tyrael's voice from the Diablo 3 download? Like, I pray that it will be enough. What, bro? Come on, like that's what I think of.
Killing
like,
you.
When,
Killing you
yeah,
with my
like that's
mind.
what I thought of. Just like I pray it will be enough.
Yeah. Pretty much.
You gotta love Tyrael. Come on.
My husband.
Yes, we know he's your husband.
Okay, so now you have the book F.E.
Yeah. To the final page.
Flip to the final
Or, like,
page.
yeah. The final page.
So when you flip to the final page, there isn't a lot on it. It just seems to be like one. I'm sorry, you got flashbang because I was looking at my fucking notes. Eat shit.
That's not what I melt my head down for.
Oh. I thought you were laughing at me and my white skin.
All over like that.
So there's not a lot on the page. It looks to just be a poem. So I am going to tell you what the poem reads.
Okay.
The poem reads, "Seek the shards of life, shattered hearts still beating, hiding in shadow. One for each child, sacrifice for balance, a drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through a crystal heart."
Oh.
There is so much to unpack there.
Can you like type that all out?
Yes! I'm
Okay,
doing it
thank you.
now!
Thank you. That's much appreciated. I'm gonna be real. I'm not looking at like chats or anything, so I don't know if anything's like being typed.
Putting it in roleplay.
Thank you. Thank you. Danke.
Bitte.
Okay. So that is all that is on the final page.
Kalina, she transcribes this into a notebook and she reads it out loud. Seek the shards of life, shattered hearts still beating, hiding in shadow. One for each child, sacrifice for balance. A drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through a crystal heart. Does anyone have any reaction to this?
Tagog's just confused in the corner and trying not to sneeze on things.
Oh no. One sneeze and this whole place goes up.
All of the research gone.
As a historian, I'm crying.
So, nobody has any, except for NPCs wise, has any particular reaction to this. You know, people are pondering, humming and hawing about what it means. Trying to.
Testing.
Just confusion.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yep, we can hear you, pal.
Thank you.
All good.
Sorry, I could not unmute myself. It just wouldn't let me.
Sedge. Alright, what does everybody else think of this, poem or riddle, if you will?
Spark turns to Abelet. You need to climb right now.
Oh boy, You cut out Shoddy.
Oh no.
You robot
Quite a bit
inmate.
too.
Spark turns to Avalon and shouts, "You need to cry right now. That's what it's saying that you need to do."
Oh my god.
Evelyn just sort of shrugs. It's like, I can't cry on command.
I'm sorry, I'm legally obligated to
Well,
admit
that
Be silly.
that
heart
fucking
that
joke.
Ophelia had.
Yes, indeed, the heart. Tegok, you remember seeing the heart, and you realize that the heart that is like stamped onto the cover of the book looks exactly like that, like pretty much exactly.
The one that Zephy had, right?
Yeah, the crystal heart.
Okay. Okay. Tegok's gonna, like, very carefully, like, grab the edge of the book and, like, peek over to the front cover again. He's just, like, be very careful because she's fire and sneezy.
Oh.
Feels
dust allergies.
She's got allergies. And she's like, wait a minute. Isn't that
Yes, the heart
the
that.
thing?
Yes, the heart that Ophelia had.
Don't we need to go grab it then?
Perhaps.
And she's like, all right, I'll be back. And she just turns around and she's like, I'm gonna go get it.
Just be careful, please.
Mm-hmm.
Is anybody gonna go with Tegok?
Anastasius is gonna go with Tegog.
All right. Don't fry the squid, please.
As long as I don't sneeze, it'll be fine.
I mean,
Piss me off.
Achoo.
I can't say I don't like calamari.
Tasty. So, Tegok and Anastasius, the two of you backtrack, out and back to the, Verbina's temple. And make your way down into the center of the tree again to grab the crystal heart. The two of you can see that it looks like Zephyrus is already sort of beginning to heal a little bit.
Oh, that's good.
Like you
Good
see,
for
you're
him.
seeing some like minor signs of healing in him.
Become flesh, buddy.
Become flesh.
Flesh.
Anastasius just while he and Tegok are working on grabbing the heart thingy, he just pings the rest of the group and says, "Hey, heads up! The man is starting to show signs of healing."
Oh,
Buggers.
that's good.
So is the anatomical heart like in his hand?
Yeah.
Or like
Mhm.
Okay. How big
Yeah, how big
is
is
it?
it? Yeah.
It's a little bigger than the size of like a human anatomical heart. So like while a human heart is like the size of a fist, imagine like two hands clasped together. It's like that big,
So the size of a brain.
more or less.
No, two fists make up a brain. This is the thing.
Alright,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just walk up and grab it.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. So you grab it and you can feel like this little slight tingly feeling on your fingertips when you touch the surface of the crystal.
Lovely. She doesn't note it. She just okay.
Guys, I'm stuck like this.
she's got you. What are you gonna
Hands are
do?
cold and I'm supposed to be the cold one.
I got gloves, dummy. I'm
Can-
fine.
Can I make Sarzoth back to normal form?
Yes, you may.
And then Spark takes the hand that had the shit on it and immediately touches his face.
Wait, who?
Tarzoth.
Sarzoth.
Sarzoth as a bug shat on his hand.
Sarzoth.
And now the shat will be back.
I mean, Sarzoth's human size, so we won't even like.
Yeah, but
This is
you'll
the
know it's there
microscopic
now.
shit right here.
It's not a microscopic. Do you know cockroach shits?
He was a fly, not a
He
cockroach.
was a cockroach. He was a cockroach.
You made Sarzoth a fly.
I said he can fly. I didn't say he was a fly.
He's a flying cockroach.
I only
Watch out.
specified a bug that can fly, and cockroaches can fly.
La cucaracha.
You said he was a fly.
That is not what I said.
Alright.
Yeah,
So
Finn didn't
sad.
say that.
Anyway, now you have cockroach shit in your face, Sarzoth.
Okay. Sarzoth doesn't entirely care.
Fair enough.
He's done with this shit.
Yeah. So eventually, Tayok and Anastasius come back with the crystal heart. And Kalina, while this was going on, you've been like flipping through the book, the entry book, and you see a bunch of diagrams that are like very intricately drawn. The person who wrote this book has detailed about how there are multiple entities in the world that technically are not supposed to exist but do, and they only exist because when Verbena died, her life essence returned back to the earth and sprouted these new creatures.
The
Oh.
roots.
I don't think it was the because like the roots were basically like half baked,
Yes, when
or was it overbaked?
Well, that was their story. That's what they told you.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I still have the charm bracelet I can summon.
I'm just saying, hypothetically, a force that's not supposed to exist, and Verbena fucking died, and her life force returned to the world, and they're literally called the roots. Saying.
But you only know there's only 4 roots. The poem would allude to more than that. 1 for each child.
Yeah, secret shards of light, shattered, heart still beating, hiding in shadow, 1 for each child, sacrifice for balance, a drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through a crystal heart.
Yeah, the term child is a vague number.
Yeah. Kalina, like, she's gonna, like, fully sit down. She's got her glasses. She's gonna conjure up a ball of light. She's got a notebook. She whips out, like, her pen.
How many children are
She's in,
there?
like,
Setting
full
things on
research
fire.
mode.
Overall, there are let me do some quick math. So children that belong to both Verbena and Zephyrus, there are 6. Now. There were 5, now there are 6.
Does Astraeus count is the question.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Astraeus is the 6th.
Well, I mean, like for the spell, does Astraeus fucking count?
You'll have to figure that out.
Science.
And then there are the 7 sins and the 4 elements, which makes a total, all of the children, 17.
That's a lot of
But-
fucking kids.
The fucking
Only the 6, Hoth, Kos, Avina, Cain, Abelet, and Astraeus, are the children of Verbena and Zephyrus. The others were just creations of Verbena.
Like after she died?
No,
or-
she created them before.
Okay.
She did not birth them, she created them. They are created
It's,
from her essence. But
Creation versus offspring,
yes.
Hmm.
in a sense, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you can assume that the choice of wording children is deliberate and that it only means the biological children of the both of them. So now you have to figure out whether or not technically Astraeus would be included in that, because the writer of the book wouldn't have known about Astraeus. But would that matter to the technicalities of the spell? Y'all's audio
Back a-
sometimes is getting real quiet. Like, you'll talk and then it'll light up and then it's like, I hear nothing.
Let's talk about
It's a
bringing
little
back a
odd.
dead god. Which dead god?
Well, if he was
Big-
researching how to resurrect the star, which is Astraeus, do we even need it because he's here now?
Please tell me Tegak
We're
doesn't say
talking
this
about
out loud.
No.
Verbena.
Good.
No, I'm not doing the Tegak voice. I'm just confused. It's
Yeah.
like, if the whole point of this spell is to resurrect him, he's already here.
But is it the star? Is it Verbena? That
But we went back into the time memory thingy and saved her.
Yes, but
true.
she's still not alive. You just...
If only we can ask Verbena.
I was confused.
So, to clarify your confusion, the dream was actively, like, making Zephyrus degrade. So, now that the dream has stopped, his body is beginning to heal, so now the tree itself is no longer going to be, like, dying, and that rot is no longer going to be spreading. So now Verbena can be brought back easier because the life of the tree is not dying.
Gotcha. Okay. My brain was thinking it was more of like a time paradox situation.
That's what I also
Gotcha.
thought for some reason.
Okay.
Keep
Okay.
the shards of life, shattered hearts still beating, hiding in shadow. One for each child, sacrifice for balance. A drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through the crystal heart. Like, you could just
Do you
see
think-
the gears turning in Kalina's brain.
Do you
Like,
think
if you
that
look
each
close
of
enough, you can
the...
almost feel like steam coming out of her ears.
What did you...
Never mind.
No.
What was that?
What were you thinking of?
Do you think that each of the kids have a physical memorabilia of Verbena? Do you think that's it?
Possibly.
Well, there was
The crown.
Yeah.
the things that we had to gather.
Yeah, the crown.
Yeah,
The
we had to gather
bracelets and
something.
the crown and the
Mhm.
necklace, but I don't remember where they went. Did we have to like give them to like the guardians?
They're
They were
actually
gonna get in.
still on the statue that is standing in front of the door to the temple that was closed. Verbina's temple. They're still on the statue of her.
Are there 5 pieces of those? Or 6, rather?
There's 5 pieces of the set.
I think it's it.
Yeah.
You can surely
Yeah,
try.
each child. I need to look at the
I can fly over and get it.
shards of life, shattered heart still beating, hiding in shadow, one for each child, sacrifice for balance, a drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through a crystal heart.
Yes, then what's the drop of venom and the tears become blood then? Because if we're getting one for each child, we got the heart, then what's all of these lines
Chaos
have
magic?
to have meaning?
All of the
And
lines
I'm
do
not
have
good
meaning.
at analyzing poetry.
Does
What did you say, Ben?
chaos magic for Venom?
Possibly?
Either
Most-
that or the rot.
Most of these lines are very literal.
Huh, venom.
I'm
Snake
gonna
venom?
go grab the
I guess
crown
snake
thingy.
poison.
I'm gonna fly
Yeah,
over
just snake
as
venom.
everybody else is talking.
We got all of them here.
I don't
We
think
got
I,
three guys right here, so
all that I'm saying is out of character. By the way, there's no fucking way Spark would
Yeah,
know
there's
this.
no way Spark
Yeah.
knows.
but then there's the very questionable one, tears become blood and sacrifice for balance.
This is a hard poem.
I'm not good at poetry and I have
Something has to be sacrificed in order to restore
Spark raises
balance.
their hand.
Yes,
I can go.
Spark.
I can
I
be the
can
sacrifice.
No, you're not going to be the sacrifice, buddy.
You are not
Fuck.
sacrificing yourself.
Bitch.
Wait. Are you going with this where I think you're going with Asteros?
I don't know. Where do you think I'm going?
Oh
with it?
god, do we have to sacrifice Astraeus?
I'm not saying it out loud.
You can
Oh god,
DM
what if we
me.
have to sacrifice Astraeus? Wait.
You guys are really struggling with this far more than I thought you would.
Yeah, it's a hard poem. Please.
Sorry, can you repeat it?
So the poem, it's in roleplay chat if you need to look back at it.
Oh, okay.
But
This is
seek the
difficult.
shards of life, shattered hearts still beating, hiding in shadow. One for each child, sacrifice for balance. A drop of venom, tears become blood, surging through a crystal heart. You guys have the crystal heart, by the way. You have
No
it.
fucking way.
Tegaka
There has
got
to
it.
be a sacrifice. There has to be a sacrifice made for each person in the party.
I call dibs being the sacrifice.
You are on
Yeah.
track
For
with
each-
there
Oh
being.
my god.
You
Can
are
you-
on. Okay. You are on track with
For
there
each,
having to be more than one sacrifice.
Well, maybe one for each child, sacrifice for balance. So instead of. So Colbert is currently going and getting the shiny things, one for each child. Maybe we have to sacrifice those
Oh yeah, probably.
instead of a person? Instead of a person for each child?
it never
Yeah.
explicitly states sacrificing a person.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be one of each party member.
One for each child.
Which
Why is
would
We're
be
not
fine.
doing that.
What?
Killing ourselves. It's something.
No. Oh my god.
Urbina would not.
That's clearly
Yeah.
not what it's.
Do you think it's the talisman?
Yeah, I'm wondering if we have to sacrifice the shiny things.
Well,
I'm honestly thinking, like, if we have to sacrifice
I
it.
doubt it. I doubt it.
let's just say that Colbart has gotten back by now with all of the pieces of set. He's holding them all, and he brings them over into the temple. It is back in people's form. Fishies. He is fish. Alright.
Can
So-
Spark pull out the talisman and be like, what about these?
Oh yeah, put the stuff in the basin.
Put the stuff in the basin. The shiny stuff, the crystal heart, whatever the venom and
Zarzov
the
just
crystal
says-
blood is, we can probably put them over there, and that'll do a magic thing.
Sarzoth just goes, would these nuts work?
Helena
Spark
just looks
fix
at
him.
him, so exhausted.
Got him. That's my joke. That's my joke, Sarzabot.
Sarzoth snickers a little bit because he knows Spark is kicking him because he thinks it's funny and he knows he shouldn't.
No, Spark's just mad because it's that they wanted to say
No,
it
but
first.
that's what Sarzoth thinks. Let him think that.
But yeah, my bet is that we should at least start putting stuff in the basin.
Yeah.
Probably
Also
do it in
ran away a
order.
bunch of sarcophagi, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of sarcophagi.
I haven't even actually looked at them.
Yeah, true.
I would like to go roll investigation to look at the sarcophagi.
Alright. Roll your investigation, girly pop.
Woo! It's just gonna be a base because I have no intelligence.
15. Not bad.
15!
Alright, so, Tagok. You go over to, the sarcophagi and you're taking a look at them. You see that they definitely have not been touched in a very long time. And they do look to have engravings of names on them. No names that you recognize, though. Like, no notable names that you recognize.
Sarcophagi are there?
In total, there are 6.
Okay. Okay. Because we got conflicting numbers here. We got 6 sarcophagi, but only 5 shiny things.
Wait, so what are the names written on the sarcophagi? Or is it in a language that Tagok doesn't know?
It's a language Tagok doesn't know. It's also very faded.
Okay.
Tagok, you can also attempt to open them.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
The question is Tagok comfortable with grave robbing?
You don't have to rob the graves. You can just take a look-see.
Just take a peek.
Just a knock knock hello.
Hello, housekeeping.
Housekeeping. She's gonna kind of just stare at one of them, and I think she's just gonna call Kane and Abelet over and be like, "Hey, can you look at this?" Just, I don't know.
They come on over. And they're like... Kane's like, what do you want us to look at? He's confused.
And she points to the name. She's like, "I can't read this."
Abelet sort of gets close to light up the situation, and Kane brushes some of the dust away. And he says,
People.
Yeah.
he squints at it, says, I can't read it either. It's definitely extremely faded, and I can't read whatever script this is.
Anastasius quickly runs over to see if he can.
He senses he needs to be nosy.
He needs to get his special eyes on.
His eyes of the Runekeeper. So, Anastasius, you gonna go take a look at it?
Yep. Give me a random color.
Purple.
Pink.
Alrighty.
We did the
So
buy
now,
flag, guys. Congratulations. Blue, purple, and pink.
We did so well.
High five.
For real, for real.
Oh, 1 second.
Howdy. Okay. I just want to wait until he comes back and does whatever his thing is. Then I'm going to start cracking it open.
Rack 'em
I
open,
wanna
baby.
cut 'em open.
I'm back.
Okay.
Fox just got back.
So, what you gonna do?
I'm going to go over and Eyes of the Runekeeper, or the text.
All right. Let me just
Squid colors.
And
All right.
just to note, for those who are wondering, while he is Eyes of the Runekeepering, you see that his eyes is kind of turn a purplish and some purplish flame like stuff, like not even that he eat, but are coming out of his eye.
Ah, so you're telling me he doesn't have the bisexual flag in his eyes?
Eh,
It's got that epidermis.
All right. So, Anastasius, you use Eyes of the Runekeeper, and the faded text almost seems to jumble up even more when you try to look at it. And it becomes even more indecipherable. The symbols don't look like any kind of runes you have ever seen. And you, even with your Eyes of the Runekeeper, you are unable to decipher it. And you feel a slight pain right behind your eyes for a split second when you try to focus on it.
Anastasius
Damn
blinks.
encrypted text.
Anastasius, first he blinks to deactivate it, and then closes his eyes and says, "Oy vey, my damn encrypted text. There, I ain't able to decipher that either, sadly."
How bizarre.
Is it time to crack open a cold one?
With the boys in the tomb.
I think it might be time to crack open the words.
Yeah.
Crack open a cold one?
Thank
I
you.
thought you were cutting out, but
I just can't speak. All right, is there like an edge or a
Yeah.
lid to the sarcophagi?
Yeah, there is.
All right.
Is Tagok just like, oh, Zephyrus, forgive me?
She just kind of stands there,
She's like,
sighs a little bit, and just goes, "Well,
she's.
sorry." And she's just gonna like stick her fingers in, and I'm assuming it's like a flat one and not like one with a hinge. So
Yeah.
she's gonna try and push it instead
Mhm.
of like a lift.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push it.
Just like push it cockeyed so like the corner comes off. So you push it just enough to be able to like look inside, and Abelet moves so that he's also giving off a little bit of light to aid in your investigation. And you find that the sarcophagus is empty. There's nothing in it. No dust, no dirt, nothing. Completely clean and empty.
It's almost creepier.
Yeah.
Like, not even like dust or dirt or anything, just spotless.
It looks like nothing was ever in there.
So just a bunch of wait.
Okay.
How
So
dusty
we
is it?
either put the stuff in the sarcophagi,
Wait,
or
so
we
How
can still
dusty is
put
it?
them over in the basin. Or
Eris?
Were you asking
do
me
we have to
something?
get
Sorry.
do we have to get all of
Yeah.
the gods
How-
here and put them in the sarcophagi?
How dusty is it?
The outside is very dusty, the inside is spotless of these sarcophagi.
Okay, so it's been touched. Okay.
How long are the sarcophagi?
Mm.
Length.
They are fairly big. Longer than an average human, but you can tell that they're definitely not big enough to fit any of the serpent lords.
I was going to suggest maybe they all have to have a creepy sleepover.
Creepy sleepy.
yeah, I was kind of thinking.
Creepy
that.
sleepy.
For each child,
Have a spooky
there's
dookie.
6 of them.
If the
We've
inside is
already had a
completely
sleepover. This
spotless,
one's just
Yeah.
a
the
little
inside is
creepy.
completely
Yeah.
spotless, no dust, that means that it had been disturbed.
No, it just indicates that it is completely sealed off. Like, when they were made, they were sealed, hadn't been opened until now. So, no dust was able to get in them at all.
Bro, I feel fucking stupid right now.
Y'all are all being a little
Okay, a
stupid.
lot
I
of us
love you
feel fucking
guys.
stupid right
So
now.
it's
We've been
not,
at this for 2 hours.
so it's not a creepy sleepover. My
Yeah.
second bet would then still be putting whatever all the shit we need to get over in the basin.
Yeah.
That's probably what we have to do.
I mean, either that
We
or
got
like
the shiny things, we got the heart. We just need to figure out what the Tears Become Blood is, and if only 5 shiny things is enough, and whatever the hell the sacrifice is.
does take out relay any of this information.
No.
There's so many
No.
thoughts going on in her brain, but like if you connected to her brain, all you just hear is dial-up noises,
Yeah.
and then eventually a Windows
She's-
crashing sound.
Honey, she's not smart enough for this. She doesn't have, like, a bonus in intelligence. It's just the 0.
Yeah.
Her job is
R.I.P..
sword.
Oh. Does anyone else make a comment on the fact that the sarcophagi is empty?
Abelet just says, "What the fuck?" I'll just say that you go and check the other 5. All of them are the same.
Yeah.
All of them are empty.
Part of me kind of
Just
wants
to
to
save
put
time.
the lids back. I feel bad.
Yeah, just
But also, I don't know if Tegak would actually care.
Yeah, I don't know if she cares.
I don't think she
I don't
would
think she
care.
would care.
I care, but I don't think she would. So she will not put them back.
No.
I would, but she will not.
all right. So,
Whatever.
Nyoka and Chatu seem particularly perplexed. And they're like standing next to each other, like mumbling and talking to one another in Nagalayan.
Is that the one that's Italian or is that Godspeak?
Godspeak is
Godspeak
Italian.
is Italian.
Nagalayan Spanish.
That is Spanish?
Yes.
Gotcha.
God speak is Italian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Only half a joke.
Yeah, I'm only
Smart
half
really
joking.
wishes that they could speak Nagalagan right now.
Yeah. So Kalina,
Yes.
Nyoka comes over to you and he says, "Hey, do you remember when we met those 4 guys in the forest after we came out of the river?" Your audio cut right as you said that, and I did not hear it.
The 4 roots, correct?
Yeah, and he's like doing a thing. He's like, weren't their hearts like broken up in their chests?
Okay.
One
In my
would,
defense, there's no way for me to have fucking known that.
yeah. I was kind of counting on like the vets, if you will, to like remember, but
No, we do not remember it.
I
I
seriously
mean, we
thought
did
I-
talk about the roots.
yeah, you did talk about the roots. I just wanted to bring it up again to sort of. And Nyoka says, one would almost say that their hearts were shattered.
Oh, I see where you're going.
There's only 4 of them.
Yeah, there's only 4 roots.
There's only
Yeah.
4 of them.
And Nyoka kind of like he makes mention of that. He kind of scratches his head and he says, "But there was only 4 of them. Do you think that
Yes.
maybe there are others that the 4 of them didn't know about that exist?"
Perhaps.
6
What
were
else?
even better. How snazzy! It's a full party.
Melina just sighs and she says, "This is much more complex than I thought it would be."
I mean, we are resurrecting a goddess, so.
Yeah. But Kalita, she's thinking for a moment, but then she actually pulls out the charm bracelet that she was given. Like, the 4 root summoning thing. And she's just like, I wonder. And Kalina, she kind of looks at Nyoka. Is like, what are you thinking, kid?
Nyoka kind of makes a face and he leans a little closer and he says, "Do you think that we have to sacrifice them? Because I think that's what has to happen, based on the poem."
Do that.
I don't know what's going on with your mic.
It's so quiet all of a sudden.
I just don't want to wake up your parents.
So fuck 'em.
But yes, Kalina just says, I hope that we don't need to sacrifice them, but at the very least they may be of some help. They did say that if we ever needed them, we could call upon them with this.
I mean,
If a sacrifice is in order, I hope that at least we can convince them that it's the right thing to do and that we won't need to, well, fight them.
Agreed.
Do you think that Verbena can just revive them after this?
I don't know if that's how sacrificing works.
Yeah. Unless we're gonna go all Dragon Ball Z in this.
Shenron!
Shenron!
Mighty
It's like kind of just
Shenron!
shrugs and says, I mean,
Then Ron, I collected
it's
your balls for
important.
you. Do me favor.
Repeat that, Finn. Sorry.
Never mind.
It's okay. Just say it. It's alright. I'm not gonna move on till you said what you said, buddy. You wanted to say something, and I'm gonna let you say it.
He's typing. They're typing.
Oh. Ooh. They are part of Abena. They could be made with the essence, therefore they can be possibly brought back. True.
Interesting.
That is true. Will they be? I mean, like the four roots were kind of fucked up, so maybe if they were brought back, they'd be less fucked up.
That's true.
That'd be
because
much
we
better.
intentional this time
Yeah.
instead of just.
I mean, I think Verbena might have been in the middle of creating them when everything happened, so like maybe things got kind of fucked up.
He's got fucky wucky.
I'm just again confused by how there's only 4 of
Things
them.
got fucky
Yeah, but there's like a
wucky.
sarcophagi.
Maybe there's a 5th part that they're
Helena.
protecting.
No, sorry, you go first. I was speaking.
I'm just having a hard time hearing you, buddy. Just scroll.
True.
True, yeah. Maybe there is a 5th party that they are protecting.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Finn, I love where your brain's at.
Yes.
I love your
Yes,
brain
yes.
so fucking much.
Because it's war,
Yeah. Yeah,
Death.
war, pestilence.
pestilence, death, and famine.
Yeah. Okay.
So what else would fit?
I don't. Was there 2 deaths?
Because Zephyrus is the god of death, but then there's also Death, the root.
Hmm.
It's very confusing.
Yeah. God, maybe you wrote it back in your notes, like which of them were?
Well, that's what they are.
Can you confirm or deny whether it's death or not, or is it considered something else?
It might be considered something else.
The root that is known as death considers itself to be death.
Okay, thank you.
Must be just like Dad.
Sometimes pollution gets added.
Yeah, true.
I'm just trying to. Oh, okay. Session 8.
Also, each of the roots in some way correspond to each of the children. You just have to figure out where that correlation lies.
Kalina, she pulls out the bracelet, and she says, "Well, guess it's time for a bit of an overdue visit, eh?"
Do you think they're opposites?
Sorry, what was that, Finn? You broke out a little bit.
Do you think they are opposites?
Possibly.
Fertility, death, hunt, famine, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, because all I have is just famine, pestilence, war, and death.
Yeah.
I don't have much other information.
But yeah, Kalina, she what did Kalina have to do to be able to summon them with the bracelet? The face you made.
I don't remember!
Oh, he does not remember.
He does not remember.
Shit!
All I just heard, we got 4 charms.
Kalina does the summoning thingy.
Okay.
Root summoning noises, root summoning noises, root summoning
These are the
noises.
sounds of summoning.
The sound. If each of the roots are corresponded with a child, who for who, and then who the
Who's
fuck is
missing? Exactly.
Oh, I just thought of something.
Oh, but that wouldn't work because we would need 6.
Yeah,
And
true.
Ben is MIA to say the least.
Yeah. Yeah. But we'll figure it out. Figure it out.
We'll figure it out. So,
We have to
you can always ask the roots about anything else they know.
ask them first
Yeah.
before we bring the child in.
Okay.
But yeah, Kalina did the summoning things.
Yeah.
What happens?
Okay, so the 4 of them are summoned within the corridor, and they sort of look around this dingy room, confused, and Death speaks up and she says, "This is not Zephyrus's chamber. What is it that you need us for here?"
Smart.
Bro, they haven't met them.
I don't blame them.
Surprise! Another thing you didn't know about.
Spooky!
Spark looks at the party and then gestures at them. Goes, come on.
Y'all keep neglecting to tell me shit.
I don't
Poor
think
sport.
A lot of shit to tell.
knows about them either.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
I
only
think she's just
Kalbart, Kalina, Tagok, and Nyoka, and Clement who know about them.
Yes, because you
Anastasius.
have switched out the session before.
God, Chaku just looks at his little brother, just like, you fucking didn't tell me about these people?
What the
Yeah.
fuck is this?
What the fuck is this?
Sending image of them. War is big, guys. So is Pestilence. But Death is kind of just a little lady.
Little lady.
Definitely see some Elden Ring inspiration.
No shit.
Well, I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
No shit.
I intend to do some
Yeah.
redesigns of them, but this is just a general
Yeah.
kind of what they look like. So, Martha. She's coming! Oh, old lady. But what are you gonna tell the roots? Also, Anastasius, what did you want to say, pal?
Anastasius doesn't say anything. He just takes a step back in confusion.
No. Kalina, she's not really thinking about like, oh yeah, we didn't introduce these guys. She's just more focused on the problem at hand.
We have a puzzle and we don't know how to solve it.
Death sort of like tilts her head, and you can tell even underneath her, like the visor of her helmet, she sort of like scrunches her face up, and she says, "Puzzle."
Yeah, and I'm a grab the book of the poem and show it to her.
She takes a look at it and reads it. She says, "What is this for?" she's like examining the book. It's like, what the fuck is this for, my guy?
Pretty sure it's true.
Summoning a dead god.
Yeah, so bring it back,
Or
Verbena.
reviving.
That's we're bringing back Verbena.
Of course. Anything that we can do, we absolutely will. I mean, that is our end goal. What do you think that we can do to help, though?
Well, do you perhaps know of any other, well, routes, as it were? Or do you know just you four?
Well, and she looks over at War, and he says, when we emerged, there were 2 other cocoons, if you will. They had not hatched, though.
Okay, that's pretty good information. Okay.
I warrant that if they are still incubating, they would be in the deep realm.
Helena, like, she hears that and just immediately looks to Kane.
And Kane just sort of like glances at her like, yeah, I know. I hear you.
She's like, buddy.
Trip time.
We're going on a trip.
Alright.
Martha's confused.
Oh, Marfa.
She gave me kisses. She can't seem to settle down.
I want to give Emin a hug.
Oh, Martha time? Is it Martha time? Oh, it's Martha time. Martha time. Oh, the big girl.
The baby girl.
She's just a little out of it. Can't seem to figure out what she wants to do. We can just get her. Continue.
But yeah. 2 others that did not hatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, that's fair. That could be what we're looking for. Thank you.
Of course. And she looks back at the poem and she says, it mentions a sacrifice. What kind of sacrifice do you think it is?
Helena, she sighs and says,
You want me to rip the band-aid off?
well, we're not entirely certain, but from what we've been able to put together, and she kind of gestures to the 6 coffins, or the 6 sarcophagi. She says, it's perhaps might be, well, 6 children of Verbena and Zephyrus. Shattered hearts hiding in shadow. It perhaps might be new roots.
I don't
I just
want
really
it
hope
to
not.
be. I hope it's not a literal sacrifice.
Do you say that out loud, Colbert?
Under his breath.
Death sort of like solemnly nods and she says, I see. And she looks at the others and she says, Perhaps our sacrifice will mean that we are no longer damned.
Helena, she looks at him and just says, "Are you sure that you want this?"
All of them nod, and Death says, yes. Anything for Verbena.
You can see like a bit of tears like welling up in Kalena's eyes, and she says, "Very well. Guess we better head to the deep realm then to find wherever your other roots are."
Now I really wanna hug Famine.
Yes,
Do it.
damn it.
Hug the
Oh,
wolf
yeah.
guy.
Do it, coward.
Culver's gonna go up to Famine, just hug.
Yeah.
My buddy, my fishing buddy.
So, you give him a hug, and he's just kind of like, meh.
Oh.
Cry.
Mm.
You can see that Kane and Ablet are like a little uncomfy with this whole situation. They're just like,
Yeah. Kalina, she looks to the roots again and says, "Do you perhaps remember where exactly you emerged in the deep realm?"
and they all sort of like look at each other, and they're like, they're trying to like
Yeah.
think about just like it was next to, we came out near, and War says, might you have a map on you by any chance?
The deep realm.
Just any map.
Any map. I mean, I have the world map.
Yeah.
I pull out the world map that I used to chart journeys and shit.
Yeah. So they're looking at it, and they're like, they're like, you know, like we came out over here, and then I remember we traveled like this.
Yeah.
And
Here, then we went here.
yeah. So I just gotta open up my map.
Yeah.
So they finally find on the map where they in the deep realm where they hatched, and approximately, and where it would correlate to the above world. And sounds, they point to the little peninsula that is just east of Cyptria. And they said it was somewhere around here by our guess. We it was out near the outskirts of the roots of the tree, and well, we traveled along the edge heading north until we eventually found an opening around here, and then they sort of gesture over Creedheil, and that took us up into the spirit realm where we traveled along the river and then eventually came out in that forest. So it looks like they were in a little bit over here, just off to the east, and then they sort of made their way around in like the tunnels of the Deep Realm and eventually found an opening in Creed Heil to make their way
Gotcha.
up.
Oh, we need to look at the map intensely for this.
Kane sort of like leans over and he says, "Oh, you all would have passed just south of my fortress." And he taps right, like pretty much right where his temple is. So like his fortress is directly below his temple.
Dang, okay.
Convenient.
Let's go around here.
Yeah, that's convenient. You just take the elevator up.
Yeah.
Dong, ding, dong. Oh yeah, Tangled Root Islands. It's kind of.
Oh, the tangled roots.
It's probably not because of them, but
It's kind of
fun.
Her. Or her.
her.
Hee hee ha ha.
Ha, hee, ha, ha.
All right. Why are you standing on your chair? Anyways,
Make sure that Martha was okay, okay? She's
Martha.
over on the opposite end of the room.
All right. So, yeah. Now you just have to, you know, figure out like the rest of. You need to like put all the pieces together. Figure out exactly what you have to do.
Rest of the poem,
Yeah.
and also how we're gonna get over to where we need to find the folks we need to, convince them to come with us, get back, and actually do the thingy that we have to figure out in the first place.
I wonder if there's any more stuff in the book that could be useful.
Well, you have the book on you. You grab the book.
You got a
That's
good
true.
investigation.
I could read
Speed
through
read,
it.
baby.
I could just skim through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do an investigation check for some dice.
So,
Where did my dice go?
roll the dice.
I have to
Your
find another
dice.
dice. I have no idea where it went. Okay. 18 plus 12.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Mathin is math. So, Colbart, you're flipping through the book, looking at all the like alchemical things, and you find like a little passage that for some reason catches your eye, and you decide to read it. And it says, each of the shards are the shadows of the living.
Yeah, each of the shards are the shadows of the living. Death?
He
That's
reads that
rare.
out loud. Okay. Each of the shards are the shadow of the living.
Yeah. And then the rest of the page is like mostly illustration. And you see that like there is a bit of you see crests actually. You see the crests of all of the 5 serpent lords, and then like a bunch of notes and stuff, and you see that Avena's crest, it notably looks pretty much exactly like Death's helmet. Like in its sort of shape and construction, there's like enough differences, but you're like, hey, that's no coincidence. So Death and Avena are
Was that wait?
the opposites.
Was I
Death
right?
and Avena
Yeah.
are opposites. Okay.
Fertility and
Vena's
death.
the goddess of fertility, right?
Yeah. You were right.
Yeah,
Go.
I go over and show both Kalina and Death. Like, yeah, like, the pictures. Like, look at that.
And then
Look at that.
points. Points again. Next to Hoth's crest, there's like a bunch of notes about you know, our eldest son Hoth is the rules over the domain of the harvest. Naturally, his shadow would be the lack thereof.
Get absolutely fucked, guys. I'm so smart.
Yeah, very
You
smart.
are
You
very
are.
smart.
I'm very proud of you.
Holy shit. Hold on. Can I guess the other two before you do it?
Sure.
Okay, I need to go look at the Pantheon again because I'm a dumbass and I can't remember everything. That's important links, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, give me a fucking second, guys. I wasn't expecting to be right.
So exciting.
Yeah.
Nice job.
That's not the right thing. Holy shit. I clicked the wrong link and it was like, why is it not moving?
Okay, do you want me to just like quick say like the other ones that haven't like don't have assignments to them? So the 4
Is Avalette War? Sorry.
yes, Abilene is war.
So that means I'm thinking. Well, see, the thing is, I don't think Cost is pestilence because that. So it has to be Cain then.
Keep in mind that Astraeus is also technically part of this.
I would assume that
Yeah.
Astraeus is one of the ones that are fucking dead.
Yeah.
But
And then one of them also is one of the other missing ones. So
Yeah.
like there's 2 missing roots and then there's Astraeus.
Which nobody else knows about even.
Yeah.
We
Mhm.
kind of have to do that whole thing too.
Yeah.
The whole, hey, we kind of sort of accidentally resurrected your sibling. Surprise! Happy birthday!
Literally happy birthday.
Literally happy birthday!
because I also don't know what Cost looks like, so I'm fucking guessing here.
Kos is a lot more sea serpent-esque in her appearance.
Yeah, so I'm gonna guess that Cain is pestilence then.
Yes.
Guys, I'm so fucking smart.
You're
4
so
for 4,
good.
baby.
So good.
I'm sorry.
So like in the notes next to Abilene, the author has written how Abilene has always been a keeper of peace in the family and also as a ruler. In the entry next to Cain's insignia, you see that it talks about how, despite him being of the dark, he has always harnessed the aspect of life much better than his other siblings.
I'd also like to think about the moon being a purifying force. Quotation marks.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys, I fucking love puzzles. Please don't.
Actually. But that just leaves Kos and Astraeus as the two unknown ones. But as suspected, Astraeus has no entry. But
Do you think that Kos could be like drought? Sorry.
Yeah, possibly.
yes, actually, that's what I wrote. That's what I wrote in my
That's really
fucking
cool.
book.
Guys.
That's really
guys,
cool.
Kos is
honestly.
drought.
Guys.
You're so good.
So,
You're so
what
good.
would Astraeus be?
Okay.
Okay.
Think
The
about
lack of
Astraeus.
stars, the lack of light. Darkness? No, that would be Cain.
So yeah, that would be Cain.
Similar thought, different word.
Void.
Emptiness. Space.
Finn was correct. It's void.
Guys. Holy shit. Guys.
You're so good.
That.
Yeah.
Amazing.
The thought process behind void is that stars are
Black holes.
making up the universe, and the lack of things in the universe is the void. There are no stars in the
my
void.
God. Holy shit. Guys.
You're
I'm so
having
proud
your
of my-
big smart today. I'm so proud of you.
This is. I really wish Spark was smart enough to say this shit, but they're not.
Just kind of dumb and
You are. You're
You know
smart
what?
enough for this.
You know what? Can Spark have this be their one smart thought
yeah.
of the session?
Mhm.
They kind of just like rattle all of that out.
Amazing.
But the like
You know
all
what?
the
You know what would be really funny? What if they say the Astraeus part, but they don't say, "I think Astraeus has been resurrected." They say, "What about the lost star guy? Wouldn't that be Void?"
And everybody's just kind of like, oh shit. Oh shit, Spark. And Spark's like,
Everyone's of course was
Eh?
like, oh, we're doing this now.
I mean, they
Foxy,
kinda shrug and-
your phone disconnect.
Oh fuck.
Kalina is gone.
It'll be
She's
fine.
cute.
And Spark sends like a message in the group chat. Guys, I'm only mentioning the fact that this god existed at some point. Don't freak the fuck out. I know what I'm doing.
Thumbs
I've lied by omission before. I can do it again.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Yeah, but Spark is very proud of themselves right now.
As you should be.
You can
Holy
see
shit.
that Kane and Abelet are looking at their like respective opposites, just kind of like side eye. Kane's just like, oh, so the kind of pathetic and sad one is me? That's me?
Oh, be nice. Be nice.
He recognizes the irony in it. You know?
Yeah.
The Yes, I'm the fucking sad, pathetic one that is the useless ass. Sure. Love that. So,
We were able to bring the roots back.
Yeah, it's nice.
Plot hole is getting fixed.
Yeah.
so I'm just gonna like talk you through sort of the rest of the like bits of the poem. So you're seeking the shards of life, aka the 6 roots: death, famine, pestilence, war, drought, and void. And you have the crystal heart, though you still don't know what the tears and the venom exactly are about. Might I bring to your attention,
I'm sorry.
Snake?
I'm hung up over that.
Yeah, so I said snake venom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
snake venom.
You said it was literal, so I'm assuming
Yes.
that's true. Tears turn into blood. I mean, I guess it
But
could just
not a
mean
sad
physical
romance movie.
crying,
yeah.
and it becomes the circulating force in the heart. Shrug.
Maybe we need to get venom from all 6 of the serpent hearts. Because just
Ding,
having
ding,
2 or 3 of them probably isn't gonna work.
Yep.
Yeah,
A drop of venom.
it's all sick.
Yeah.
Wait, shit.
Yeah,
Wait,
drop a
from all
venom
of them? From all of
Yeah.
them?
So
Hey guys. Hey guys.
so
Spark's gonna be your dad.
So the one for each child technically is part of the riddle more than once. 1 root or 1 shard for each child and 1 drop of venom.
Alright, Kane and Avalite, get to it.
Somebody get him a little cup with some saran wrap on it.
We need a stratus.
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
you do need a Stratus for this.
Oh, we have to explain that.
No, we don't.
You don't need him
No,
right
don't.
now.
Not right
You
now,
get
but
it
we
later.
can explain that at some point.
Spark can just say, hey,
There's
I need
no
to go
avoiding
piss, and then just sneakily put it in at some point.
Hey, Stratus. One of your snakes bite this cup. Okay. So, yeah.
So when somebody, whoever mentions the all 6 of them, Spark just goes, you mean I'm gonna meet Hoff?
Avalon puts his hand on your shoulder. Yes, you're gonna meet your dad.
I'm not ready.
We're-
I'm not ready.
You were gonna meet him anyways, kid.
They're always awkward.
Not fucking ready. Spark is having a panic attack, bro. Should I roll a con save?
Sure. Pass
Oh,
out.
no.
Pass out, why
Sorry,
don't you?
Done.
I have to pull it up on my phone because I'm no longer in my dorm room. For context, my roommate is in there and I didn't want to be a dick.
Mm.
That is a 13.
13. Alright, so you do not pass out, Al.
They probably just like grab onto like Kid or Avalanche's like arm, whoever fucking put their hand on his shoulder. It's like,
I'm gonna pass out, bro. Ooh. Ooh.
ooh,
Jesus.
hey Kalina, my heart problems are back.
Goku, your heart problems.
Okay. Okay.
But-
I guess we need to figure out how to do the saran wrap shit.
Yeah. Or
Does
maybe.
anybody have a solution?
Well, Vicky's cough.
Yeah, just nibble, nibble, nibble. Or use something
that-
as a vessel for the venom.
Yeah, that works.
Label it. Scientific label each of them.
Hey, Anastasius, you wouldn't happen to have a cloth and a glass, would you?
A cup. Here, bite this cup.
I think what we need to do is go kind of take another trip around the world to get
All around the world.
Why can't
Or
we just
there's another
send
thought.
a message just like, hey.
Actually, we could just message, but also here's another thought. If we wait for the gala, everybody's gonna be there.
True.
We need to do it now.
We need to do this now. I feel like there's a time limit.
There actually isn't a time limit now.
Yeah, there's no time limit.
The time limit was to get Zephyrus to the tree.
Yeah.
So now, you've got all the time in the fucking world.
I mean, I think we would all want Verbena back sooner or later.
Yeah, we
rather
will
than later.
probably bring
Yeah.
it back as soon as we can.
Verbina's just like,
but-
no need to rush. It's fine. I've been dead for a while. I can wait a couple more fucking weeks. I'll be fine.
If it's weeks, then we can.
Like, we already have.
Yeah, we're
like, the
already
roots
here.
Yep. Don't need. We need to message the gods then.
But they're not a part of our brain group chat.
I'll ping the group chat. You know,
Yeah.
not actually. Oh, I'll ping the fucking family group chat. Jesus Christ. Freeze us iced.
We also need to go to get the other two groups.
Other two biguses.
So we still need to take a trip anyways.
Kane can probably take you because, you know, that's his domain.
Yeah.
Knows that place like the back of his hand. He's been there a while.
I've been living there for a hot minute.
The hottest of minutes.
Alright, so I imagine that for now, you're probably just gonna wanna find a place to regroup. So, are you all gonna head to the Deep Realm right away and do that bullshit?
Oh.
As well.
Yeah.
In the meantime, message the gods to say that hey, we need some of y'all venom.
Yeah.
Get your asses over here.
Also, what about Shreyas? He's waiting
we should-
outside.
Yeah.
How are you gonna bring him with you? Without.
Kenya could just pop into.
I can
we could just
polymorph.
say we'll meet you there.
I can
You guys
polymorph
could
him.
pop into there, probably
True.
take the roots with you, and we'll meet you at the palace since we already have
Yeah.
a thingy.
True.
I
Astraeus
literally
can.
have a-
Astraeus can go to meet Baraka at the deck and explain the situation and wait
Yeah.
for you at the
So,
manor, possibly.
In brain group chat, Cobbler's gonna say, Strayas, go be Baraka. We're gonna tell Kane and Evelyn to possibly take the roots as well, maybe to meet us at the Dark Realm. So hopefully they you know don't have to talk to them right now.
Astraeus acknowledges and says, "All right, Thank you. He's leaving for now. So that is actually where I'm going to end tonight's session. I know that it's a little bit of a, you know, a shorter session, but Shoddy's got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. This session kind of stressed me out a bit.
Sorry?
With the tech issues and the puzzle, my brain is just.
It was a difficult puzzle. Didn't think y'all would be struggling so hard.
You made it very complex.
I feel like if I knew all the pieces, aka been here longer, I would have been able to figure it out really fast, and now I'm mad at myself.
But we're all mad at ourselves.
Well,
Also, it was just a hard puzzle.
You guys got it in the end with not too much help from me.
It took us 2 fucking hours.
It didn't take that long to figure out the poem.
Yeah, but you also had to give us hints.
It's because you guys kept doubting yourselves and the information that you had. But in the end, you got it. And all's good. So, say goodbye to the stream, everybody. We will see you all next week. Good night.
Goodbye.